Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Call of the Night Season 2 episode number 10 reaction. Alright, the previous episode we had Anko come and confront us directly, and technically this was supposed to be the episode where it was revealed Anko is equal to Meijiro. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people already realized that from the opening song, because it is pretty obvious from there. And also the fact that the Meijiro and Anko shared the same voice actress, Miyuki Sawashiro. So yeah. But anyways, that was supposed to be the reveal, and yeah, she warned Ko again, but Ko was like, "Nope, this is my decision." So she backs out for the moment. And then we have Halloween. Everyone kind of thought that she's going to do something over there, and that's what she did. She started making a ruckus, shooting people, not people but vampires. Like first Nico, then the other girl, I forgot her name, and then in the end she hid, thinking Nazuna would come, but in a weird way Akun was the one who found her, so her plan kind of fails. So she runs, goes to different places where she has memories with Nazuna, and then finally reaches the school where Nazuna is waiting for her, and that's what happened. So I'm guessing we're going to continue from there. So let's see what happens. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is the preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. Three, two, one, go. Oh, another warning. Hmm. Damn. Hmm. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I guess they didn't know who it was. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah, I think he's on the money. Damn. Okay. Well, yeah, he's also second guessing. Yeah. Yep. I feel like she only manipulating us to react. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Was I correct? I said this in the previous episode. End the night. Damn. Oh God. Hey. Oh damn. I. So she's basically saying it's gonna hurt, but you're not gonna die. Yeah. Oh boy. Wait. What? What's in her? Oh, it's a lighter. Oh boy. Oh damn. Yeah. What the hell? What's that? Nah. I. Oh boy. Oh my God. Oh God. That's like Akun was doing. Okay. End the night. Means detective. Oh, she already messaged. Yeah. Wow. She was messaging while Dodging. Crazy. Yeah. So I think I was correct. She wants to die in Nazuna's hands. That's why she's doing this. But then again, I feel like maybe it's something else. Like I'm sure she wants her revenge against Kiku. She still hasn't done that. Yeah. Yeah. Why would you? Yeah. Why would you say it to her? She wants Narakusa to genuinely kill her. Oh my god. Hey, the ash. Oh. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that is dangerous. Oh boy. Good lord. How the hell is she dodging all of that? This is insane. Good god. Oh! She's calling her Nanaksai again instead of vampire. What's happening? Oh, she sent a message to her. I wanted it to be. Okay, yeah, so this is the title. I doubt it. Oh, What feel? Damn. That's oh nah, it's a lighter, right? I think she has two guns. One's the lighter and the other is the. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That's correct. But but what about her? What about her saying that she wants to take care of Kiku herself? What about that though? You have much longer life ahead of you. No, he said didn't come. Don't come. She just sent a. Oh, she didn't. She didn't even mention. Okay, okay, I see. So she just sent a message. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. Oh, I see. That's why she has been telling Ko not to become a vampire because. And that's how she would indirectly take revenge against Kiku. That's how she does keep. Uh, yeah. Oh, I see. Interesting. But I feel, but that would, I don't think that would have taken care of the problem. I'll talk about it later. Mostly right. Okay. Oh, foot. Is there a camera here somewhere? Yeah, it's not a foolproof plan. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Well, yeah, that makes most. Oh, I see. So that's what she's saying, that she didn't have that power to. What? Oh. Oh, she'll not try to take out Kiku, I feel like, at least. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, she'll take her own life. Oh, my god. Yo. Oh. Hey! Oh, my god. Wait, he got shot in the stomach, right? Oh, lord. This is not good. But here's the thing, this can go two ways now. Either he's going to be taken to the hospital. That's it. But if that happens, so there'll be a lot of other trouble. Um, Uncle would probably be arrested, and all that stuff. But if I don't know if this is gonna happen, but if Ko starts liking Nazuna suddenly, I don't know how the transformation into a vampire happens, and he starts becoming a vampire. That might be able to counteract the bullet wound, because it'll automatically start healing, right? So I'm going to say what I think might happen after this. I don't know if that's how it's going to go, but I'll try to simulate what's going to happen, and there's a possibility it might go that way. Let the ending end. I'll talk about it. Okay, is that it? Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, it can go two ways. Number one, like I said, he's immediately taken to the hospital, and somehow is saved like that. But if that happens, Uncle's going to get arrested. There's a lot of other troublesome stuff is going to happen, like the whole vampire and all that those things will probably get revealed, because as Anko said, that she has kept a lot of hints and secrets which prove vampires existing, and she was like taking like photographs, not photographs, but like videos and stuff. So if she dies, those things would have, like, that was her plan. She dies, those things would come out, people will start believing that like vampires exist, they would stop going out into the night, all these things would have happened. So if she gets arrested, surely there'll be an investigation that'll start, and those things will probably get found out, and it will, like, what she was thinking, the same thing is going to happen. And I don't think that is the direction it's going to go. So the only other probable way of, because there's another way, which is, it's not a vital wound, but I'm pretty sure it's a vital wound. It's in the stomach. So scratch that out. That's not possible. It is a pretty vital wound, and I'm pretty sure Cole's going to die if he's not treated. So the only thing that is left that can make Cole survive is if he becomes a vampire. He's already bitten, so that part is done. The only thing that has been stopping him from becoming a vampire is his feeling like love for Nazuna, him liking Nazuna. So that is the only thing. Now, I think it is just like a matter of time, obviously, because if you let it go in the natural way, I'm sure little by little Ko would probably fall in love with Nazuna, and then he would become a vampire. But the thing is, now we don't have that time. Like, how many months are left? I think like 7 or something they mentioned. We don't have any amount of time left. If Ko doesn't become a vampire now, he's going to die. Because that's the only thing I can think of here. So what if, like, obviously, what's her name? Nazuna's going to come in now. She's going to see, like, that, and it's probably going to be like a, like, very, what can I say, like a crazy emotional scene. But what I feel like is that there's a high possibility Go, because it is like such a crazy situation, like, he's almost going to die. Because of that, there's a possibility Go might actually develop feelings for Nazuna at the very last moment. And if that happens, once that happens, he'll become a vampire, and I think he will be able to survive. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it's going to go, or maybe something else is going to happen, or maybe this is not going to happen at all. Something else completely different from my theory is going to happen. But this is one thing that I feel like might happen because of the situation now. It's like the last moment almost. Because currently Ko is a human and he got shot. That means what? If a human gets shot, he's dead. He's going to die. Nazuna knows that. Ko knows that. Everyone knows that. So that realization obviously, like, is going to make the whole situation very emotional, and like a lot of, yeah. So I feel like there's a possibility, like, she might, like, because it is like the last moment, because you don't have enough time, he might develop feelings for Nazuna because of that. And as soon as that happens, he becomes a vampire. Like I said, I don't know how exactly you become a vampire. Is that a gradual process, or as soon as you love someone, you immediately become a vampire? I'm not sure how that goes. Like, you bite someone, you like the other person. Oh, but I guess, we did kind of see Kabura's situation. Yeah, but Kabura was more like she already liked Haru from the beginning. So I think it was instantaneous. She got bit, she immediately became a vampire. Ko is different. Ko is like a process. So that's why I'm thinking, if he feels like his feelings for Nazuna actually start like forming properly, will he immediately become a vampire, or will this be like a process, like little by little he's going to become a vampire? That's the question. But I don't think we have that time now, like, because like the only thing I'm kind of placing my bet on is that he becomes a vampire that counters the bullet, and the wound made by the bullet, and it heals itself. That's the only thing I can bet on now. Other than that, I genuinely have no idea how Ko is going to survive this. There's no other way. I don't see any other way. That was a pretty vital, like, section where he got shot. It was in the stomach. If it was like the hand or something, yeah, he would have been okay, fine, completely. He was probably would have been, taken to the hospital or something, and maybe I don't know, Kabura could have pulled some strings or something, and but it's in the stomach. It's a pretty vital place. You're gonna die within a few minutes if immediately you're not taken into, into the hospital, and immediately the treatment is not started. And I don't think that's gonna happen. So the only thing I can bet on here is Hope becomes a vampire, and that counters the bullet wound. But who knows which direction this is going to go. Let's wait and see. Alright, so today's episode we get to see the true intentions of um of Anko. I was correct. I would say I was like mostly correct, but there was a part that I couldn't figure out, and I didn't have that answer to. That's why I couldn't like say it with chest that, oh, I know this is how it's going to go. In the previous episode I said that there's a high possibility that like Anko's trying to find a place to die, and if that is the case, she would rather have it be eaten Nazuna. I was half correct, I would say, because it's not that Anko was trying to find a place to die. Anko was going to make use of her death to take her revenge. But it is true that she was planning to die, and she would have rather make it happen by Nazuna's hands. That part is true. That's why I said, like, I was partially correct, not partially, I was half correct, but there was one part which I couldn't figure out, because in my head I was thinking Anko was trying to die because she's trying to find a place to die. Because my logic was that there was one part that I couldn't make any sense of, which was, what about her revenge then? What about her revenge against Kiku then? She like highlighted Kiku's portion and said, I'm going to get her. What about that then? Someone who thinks like that, is that person really going to try to find a place to die before she accomplishes that result? So that part was confusing me in the previous episode, and I couldn't find any answer to that. That's why I was not 100% sure, and I couldn't 100% say, like, oh yeah, this is why she's doing this. So now in today's episode, we get a clear answer, and everything makes sense. So the one part, like I said, which I couldn't properly guess or deduce, which was where I said that, oh, she's trying to find a place to die, which was completely wrong. It wasn't that she was trying to find a place to die. She was going to use her death as a tool for her revenge. And since that is what she was going to do, that answers my question. That is how she was going to take revenge against not only Kiku, but all vampires. And there you go. That's the answer. Now that we know that, everything kind of makes sense. The one little doubt that I had in the previous episode in my theory was that, what about Kiku then? Is she really going to trying to find a place to die before dealing with Kiku? That gets completely nullified, because she wasn't even trying to find a place to die in the first place. Yeah, she was probably, but there was a bigger goal behind it. That is using her death as a tool to take revenge against vampires, which would obviously include Kiku as well. So automatically her revenge against Kiku would also be, she'll get that. So yeah, there you go. So that answers the question. That was what she was going to do. So right, and yeah, and that was the plan. Ko was able to understand that, and after reading the message, especially where she wrote that, oh, you don't become a vampire, like you have, and what she wrote also makes a lot of sense. Her actions about trying to stop Ko from becoming a vampire also makes a lot of sense, where she said that, oh, reconsider becoming a vampire. She said this multiple times. She said this in season 1, she said this once. In season 2, she said that in that episode where she attacked Akun. Again in the previous episode, she again told Ko not to become a vampire. Today again she told Ko not to become a vampire through the message. 4 times she said Why was she doing that? Because she knew if her plan succeeded, then vampires would be under scrutiny, they would be under a lot of trouble, and a lot of the vampires would probably die. If Ko becomes a vampire and that happens, Ko would also die. And Ko obviously has, like, since he's a human, he still hasn't become a vampire. She would have liked to stop him from going towards that fate. And that is why she was trying so many times to convince Ko not to become a vampire. Because she knew what she was going to do was going to affect vampires. And a lot of them would die. So that was the main goal. Also, like she said, and when it was brought up, she also agreed, this plan was not a very good plan. It's not a foolproof plan, because as they mentioned, that how many people are even going to listen to this? Like, yeah, obviously, like, if vampires are proven, a lot of people would probably be very afraid at the beginning, and they would probably stop going outside and everything. How long though? You think people will stop going outside forever from here? Is that even possible? In no way is that possible. Like, surely after maybe 1 month, 2 month, when the rumor, like, the whole thing goes down and everything, people will probably be like, I don't see any vampires. Like, who knows? Maybe, let's just do our own thing. Then one person will come out at night, two people will come out, three. Seeing that more people will come out, and bam, back to the normal night time where everyone is outside. So this wouldn't be like a thing. Probably like 1 month, 2 month maximum. Then it's going to be the same thing all over again. So it's not really a foolproof plan at all. It has no future. This plan has no future. Also, scratch that. Like, not even thinking about that. Let's just say the first 2 months. Like the first 2 months when this whole thing gets circulated, people are not going outside. Let's say that's happening. What about the vampires though? They can, like, if a vampire is really hungry and they really need something, they could easily do something like break into someone's house, and attack them. That would be even more dangerous. Nowadays, what do vampires do? Most of the time they try to keep it a secret, their whole identity a secret. That's why, you've seen, like, Nazuna herself said that, oh, sometimes I see some drunk people on the bench, I just take a little sip and just be on my way. That's how most vampires do, because they have a whole not duty, what can I say, because they have a whole obligation, yeah, to keep this, like, their whole identity a secret. They try to keep it a secret. They try to do it discreetly. Once the whole identity is out and the whole world knows that vampires exist, you think they will have any reason not to be aggressive and not to directly attack people? It's going to make things even worse, in my opinion. Like, now that vampires have nothing to lose, they're already going to be dying, because they're like, yeah, nobody's coming outside. We're going to die if we don't do anything. They're going to break into houses, start attacking people. That would be, I can guarantee you that's what's going to happen. And I doubt Anko wants that. That's going to be even more horrible. More people are going to, be facing Anko's, just how Anko lost her family. More people are going to go through the same thing. Literally attack. Because at that point, the vampires are directly under threat. They have to do something. So they're going to start attacking. You think the vampires will be like, you know what? Nobody's coming outside, I guess we just die and just be like that? Yeah, some of them might be, a few of them might be like that, and because they don't want to attack humans, they might die. But there'll be a lot of vampires who would be not be like that, because they need to survive. They're going to directly go and attack people then, and that is going to make it worse. Like, it'll be pandemonium, chaos. So not only is this plan not going to work, I feel like this plan is going to make things worse. So I feel like Anku should have thought more about it. Like, come on. Like, she was saying that, oh, like, this is going to make the nights peaceful. I think it was going to make the nights not peaceful at all. Like, nothing. It was going to make the nights worse than it was before. Like first few days probably people things would be quiet, but then when the vampires would be like, oh, our, like our lives are in danger if you don't drink blood, they're going to directly like attack people, like, go into their rooms and start like, like sucking them. So then what? So yeah, like I feel like that was not only like a not foolproof plan, it was a plan that would make everything become worse. And I'm glad that didn't happen, because for now the vampires themselves have an obligation to keep their identity a secret. That's why they try their best to do that. Once that thing is taken out of the equation, it's over. They don't have any reason to keep themselves hidden. They're just going to attack directly, attack people directly. you know so yeah, that's what's going to happen. Also, I can say, like, think of a lot of other things. Just think about a scenario like this. Obviously these vampires are like people who are like, they look like normal human beings. um so other people have no idea who are vampires and who are humans. At night they can, yeah, they can definitely not go outside. What about the morning? If in the morning, if one of the vampires is like disguised as a human, and maybe he's like your friend or something, or a co-worker, and this vampire decides to lure you in somewhere, and then attack you, what about then? you know so, like, I can think of a lot of scenarios, a lot of ways that this whole thing can go wrong. So I think the current situation is way better than what Anko was thinking. So that was not a good plan, I feel like. Like, I can understand what she was trying to do, but it wouldn't have worked like that at all. So yeah. But like Uncle said, this is the only way I could think of doing something, because all other way, I had no other way to take out vampires. Like, what would I do? Go to a television show and say that, oh, I know vampires? People would think I'm a crazy person. Like, nobody would believe me and everything. Like, so, and then I tried, and she tried to find out like past of the vampires. A lot of vampires, she had no clue about how to get to their past or anything. So she knows that she's obviously a normal human being. If a vampire actually attacks her, she's not going to survive. So, like, because up until now we've seen, like, all the vampires she has dealt with, most of them who she directly attacked, they had no plan on attacking or taking a human life. As Yamori mentioned to Nico, Yamori said that you guys also don't want to kill her, otherwise you would have easily. That's why, like, she's been just doing whatever she wants to. If you guys really wanted to kill her, you would have. You're a vampire, she's a human being. you know so yeah. So that's what the thing is. Okay, right. But yeah, there you go, that was today's episode. In the end, Ko comes in and kind of saves the whole situation, even at the end, where and yeah, I didn't think about it, like at the end where Ko was like, now what are we going to do, and Nazuna was thinking about what's going to happen. That's where Ko realized that, wait a minute, now that she's alone, she doesn't have any reason to like keep going. She'd probably try to take her life, and immediately Ko was like, oh, let's go and save her. So that's why we were able to come at the appropriate moment and see. Like, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking, like, now all that this is over, she's probably will try to take out Kiku or something, because I'm very much sure that she knows Kiku is the person who did something to her father. Or I'm not sure, that's how it seemed like, because she deliberately like circled Kiku's name and said, you're the only one who I'm going to get with my own hands, or something like that, she said. That's why I assumed that she knows Kiku's involvement in her family's destruction. So that's why automatically I was thinking, like, oh, now that this plan has failed, maybe she will try to directly target Kiku or something. In no way in my head did I ever think, up until the very end, that she'll try to take her life. And when she took out the gun, I was like, oh no, wait a minute, maybe, yeah, maybe that's not it. Maybe she's just going to point the gun at her head now. And yeah, that's what she did. Okay. And yeah, and in the end, Ko comes in, tries to save her, gets shot. Right. Okay. But here's another thing that I'm not understanding. Like, if her goal was to die in Nazuna's hand and make that a, why was she trying to dodge all the attacks? You know, she's trying to dodge all the attacks, right? Okay, you know what? I think it's probably because I think she mentioned it herself that she needed to showcase Nazuna's strength. So it needed to be like a good portion of her attacking her. And I don't know how she was going to do that, but it was implied that there might have been like cameras. And this is like the school. I'm guessing the CCTV cameras were probably on or something. Maybe she was expecting the CCTV cameras to catch that and that being used, like, and over there, if the CCTV camera catches like Nazuna like doing these crazy stuff and killing her, that would have been a huge proof. So that's what probably she was trying to do. And the reason why she was dodging everything on the field, I think it's probably because it was outside. She was trying to lure Nazuna into the gymnasium, as you saw. And I'm guessing in the gymnasium there's like cameras there. So outside it wouldn't really work. If she dies outside, it wouldn't really work because I don't think there's any cameras over towards the outside of the like thing. So maybe that's what she was trying to do. That's why she like was dodging. Like at first she was trying to rile up Nazuna so that she attacks her genuinely. And when she realized that, oh yeah, Nazuna's really trying to kill me, after bringing up the whole Ko, that, oh, I messaged Ko, she realized that, oh, okay, you know what, now she's genuinely trying to kill me. So if I have to die, I'll have to go inside the gymnasium where there are probably cameras, run around a little bit dodging the attacks so that the cameras can get the footage of Nazuna using these crazy inhuman abilities and then die. You know, and that's why she was prolonging her death because of that. But the thing is, as soon as she got into the gymnasium, Ko comes in as well. And then, and then like Nazran wasn't really able to do anything that much. Like she just came in and stopped her from attacking her. And then Ko comes in and stops the whole thing from escalating at all completely. So her plan doesn't work. Again, this is just speculation. I'm not sure if that's why she was trying to prolong her death. She was just running about outside, because just think about it. If that was really her goal, she could have just not dodged and died, I guess. But I guess like survival instincts as well, it's just going to kick in. you know but yeah, the fact that she was, maybe it's something like that. Maybe she, like, there was like the cameras, she was trying to get the cameras to catch like Nazuna doing all of that, and outside it wasn't really going to happen that well, so she was trying to lure her inside. And that's why it took a little bit of her time to do that. And by that time, Ko came in, and Ko was able to put a stop to it. Right. So there you go. Now let's talk about Nazuna. Obviously, Nazuna at the beginning wanted to talk. That's why she was there waiting and everything. But then, like, we had Anko directly attack Nazuna, expecting her to retaliate back. But then you can see, Nazuna wasn't really retaliating that much. But then she was like, you know what? Let's bring up Ko. And as soon as she brought up Ko and said that, oh, I'm going to kill Ko because of that. You know, she flipped, and she was able to, kind of redirect Nazuna's aggression towards her properly. Like if it was just her attacking Nazuna, Nazuna would never have attacked her back. So she brought Ko up and riled her up even more. Even after that, you could see she was hesitating, But then when she showed that, oh, here we go, I've already messaged Ko, that was the ending point where now Nazuna's like, oh, he's going to come here. And as soon as he comes here, she'll try to kill him. and now she knew that this is really serious. So then you can see like Nazuna becomes even more serious in attacking her and killing her, you know. So yeah, so that's how this whole thing happens. But if you think about it, it was pretty obvious that she was lying from the get-go, because one line really proves that. I'm going to say what line that is. You see that part where where's that part where Anko comes in and says that, oh, like like shoots her in the eye first, attacks her. Here we go. Then she says something. She says, I feel bad for the kid. A vampire like you wouldn't understand how a human feels. Yeah, so she says that first, which, obviously this kind of showed that she was genuinely trying to not make Ko, like, so that Ko doesn't become a vampire. And then she suddenly says that, oh, I'm going to kill him. That switch was too abrupt. Like, like someone who has been trying, like, it was pretty obvious. She has been trying to make sure Ko changes her mind. So someone has been trying so much to make Ko change her mind and not become a vampire. In no way she's going to flip that quickly and be like, oh, I'm going to kill him then. He's still a human. She wasn't going to do it. It was too much of an abrupt switch, which, made it, I think, a little bit obvious that she was lying here, so that, she could make Nazuna get more serious. But it still didn't work. Like I said, like she said that it worked a little bit, but it still didn't work because the stakes weren't really that high. That's why she played the second part of her plan, which was, oh, I messaged Ko. He's already coming here, which put the stakes even more higher up, which made Nazuna become more serious. Because now Nazuna is like, oh no, he's going to come here, and there's a high possibility Anko can literally shoot him. So that's why she got even more serious here. Yeah, but even then, you can say that even then there was a section where Nazuna was thinking like, wait, really, like she's a normal human being, like, will she really be able to fight against me, dodge my attacks, and kill Ko at the same time? That's kind of impossible, right? Yeah, here we go. If you really wanted to get him, you're better off not. Yeah, that part as well. Like, if you really wanted to kill him, that you wouldn't do. What's your deal? And this was a part where she kind of says something like, you poor thing, puts sand in her eyes, smacks her head, and then she says something like, you think I haven't done my like my preparations? I'm already prepared for everything. I think she said something like that. Here we go. Look, Nanakusa, it doesn't matter what I'm thinking. I have only one goal: to get rid of vampires from this world. If it gets in the way, I'll kill it. Yeah, so this was like the last, I guess you could say, like the last method, the way she wanted to convince Nazuna completely that, yeah, I'm going to kill him. So there were like a lot of like ways she convinced Nazuna, and more like she thought about it, more and more Nazuna got alarmed and realized that she might not be lying. She might actually kill him. Like, she had her doubts, but yeah. But in the end, she was lying. It was all a lie, because the message that she sent Ko wasn't even that, oh, I'm in the school. It wasn't even that, which I did think, like, what I thought she sent was that, oh, I'm in the school, and that's it. And and after Ko comes in, she wouldn't do anything to him. That's what I thought. That's how she lied. But turns out that wasn't even the case. She didn't even want Ko over here. She just sent him a message trying to say that, oh, don't become a vampire or something like that. She didn't even mention I'm in school. Seeing that, Ko deduced that she's trying to die in Nazuna's hands, and Ko deduced that she's probably in the school, and that's why Ko came here. It's not because she sent a message telling him. The message was something completely different. Also, she sent Nazuna message sent, that part only. She didn't show Nazuna what she wrote. So Nazuna thought that, oh, she called him here, but that wasn't even what she wrote. So this is the part where it, here you go. From the very beginning, she had no reason, like, no intention of killing me. She wanted you to kill her. Here we go. The message you sent me, and yeah, she realized that if he says that what's written in the message, it'll get revealed that what she's trying to do here. So she was trying her best to stop him from saying anything. Those were parting words. Okay, here we go. Dear Yamori-kun, don't come looking for me. Don't trust the vampires. I highly doubt you'll ever be a vampire, just like me. Have you ever imagined how you might feel for the rest of your life if you become a vampire? You're still young. You have much longer life ahead of you after failing to become a vampire. So please, please. Right. So yeah, so that's what she wrote, and it makes sense why she wrote that and why she was trying her best not to make Ko become a vampire, because as it was mentioned before, as I already said, her plan was to make the revelation that vampires exist, and that would make vampires, you know, be in a lot of trouble. A lot of them might die actually not being able to eat. Um, and she didn't want Ko to go through that. That's why she wrote that. Oh, you have a lot more life, like after you are not able to become a vampire. Also, I think this was also another way of her saying that, because she's spent a lot amount of her life trying to get this revenge and everything. So that's why she highlighted the fact that, oh, compared to me, after failing to become a vampire, you'll have a lot bigger life to live. So just don't do it. Just don't become a vampire. Yeah, okay. And then she kind of reveals the plan. You can see that she reveals that she wanted like a footage of this whole thing, and that would prove that vampires exist. People would stop going outside and all that. But like I said, her plan had a big flaw in it. Like, not flaw, but not only would have worked, people would eventually come outside, you know but I feel like it would have gone a lot worse, because I feel like vampires would actually start attacking people if that happened. Because once vampires existence come out into the light, there would have been no reasons for vampire to restrain themselves. They restrain themselves, they don't do anything crazy, because they all of them knows that their identity is hidden, nobody knows. If that's out into the public, what's the reason? A lot of vampires would probably be like, screw the humans, I'm just going to go and attack them. So yeah, I think it would have gone way worse. Um. So yeah, yeah. There you go. And and let's talk about. I talked about Anko. Ko, you can see obviously Ko deduced the whole thing. You can see that Ko also deduced the fact that none of the other vampires wants to kill Anko, because if they wanted they could have done it anytime. They're freaking vampires, for God's sake. you know but because the fact that they're not doing it, it kind of proves that they also don't want to take a life. They're also like humans in that way, and they're not too far gone. Like, if you're like a bloodthirsty monster like attacking humans left and right, then yeah, you're just a monster at that point. uh, these vampires, even though they are vampires, they still have the morality of humans. That's why they don't want to take a life, and that's why they have been hesitating so much, each and every one of them. And Ko made sure to tell Nico that, and in the end, he also says that I also don't want the Miss Detective to die. I wanted those two to make up, and all that stuff. And then we know what happened. Like, Ko deduced the whole thing, realized that she went to the school, read the letter, and realized that Ank was probably trying to take, like trying to find a place to die, and it's probably something that she wanted Nazuna to do. She wanted to die with Nazuna's hands, so he goes to the school, and then we saw what happened. In the end, as well, he deduced, not he, but he and Nazuna both realized that she might actually try to take her life. Okay, here we go. This isn't over yet. We have to go and find her. Says something like that. He says something like that, and then you can see. And then we saw what happened. He tries to stop Anko from shooting herself and gets shot himself. As for Nazuna I would say was completely oblivious to everything up until the very end, or up until the very ending moment. She just wanted to talk to Anko, but she didn't realize that Anko had this plan of dying at her hands, and that she was being kind of provoked to attacking her by her bringing up Ko's names and everything. So she didn't realize that up until Ko mentioned that, and then and then we saw what happened. Anko revealed everything, and yeah, so that was today's episode. So another really good episode. And yeah, I think we have most of our answers now. So let's see what happens with Ko. And like I said, I said this whole thing at the very beginning. Either he's going to get treated somehow, or he will probably become a vampire, which will counter the bullet wound. How that happens, I have no idea, like I said, but I did kind of say like something, and kind of deduced a way that might happen, because it is like almost like he's dying almost. Nazuna will come here and see that. She'll probably start crying and become emotional, and Ko will also probably, because of that, there is a possibility Ko might gain, get feelings for Nazuna at that moment, like at that exact moment of him dying little by little, and that will make him into a vampire, which will counter the wound, like heal the wound, and he'll be able to, you know, be alive or something like that. So yeah, and there you go. That is it, and that is it. That was my reaction to this episode number 10 of Call of the Night Season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.